Okay, in this video we're going to derive the distance formula. That is, we want to know how far apart these 2 points are exactly. In the previous video we found the slope formula and we found the midpoint formula, and now we're looking at how far apart these 2 points are. And we're just going to use the Pythagorean Theorem to figure this out. So with the grids, this is pretty easy to do. We just draw in a right triangle, and then we use the Pythagorean Theorem. How long is this side? How long is this side? And then we square those distances, add them together, and take the square root. I will write the Pythagorean Theorem up here. And then what this implies here, what we really end up doing is taking the square root of both sides of that formula to get the side that we're looking for, the distance between the 2 points, this diagonal line here. Now, it can help to add in a third point right here. With the grids, it's easy. You can just count, but we want to evolve our understanding a little bit beyond just counting on the grids. So the location of this point down here is -6, -3, and the location of this point up here is 5, 3. And then the location of this point down here is 5, -3. And what I'd like you to notice is that the x values here are the same and the y values here are the same. So if we wanted to know the distance here with just counting, or not just counting, we would use subtraction to find the difference. We could count to get 11, but we could also do 5 minus 6. So that's the difference in the x values. And we could add on 3 minus -3. And then we're going to square both of those and take the square root in order to find the distance. So what I've done here is for the a value, the a squared, I've taken 5 minus -6 to find the length of this line right here. And then for the b value, I have taken 3 minus -3 to find the length of this line right here, and then squared them according to the Pythagorean Theorem and taken the square root in order to find the distance between the 2 points, or the length of the hypotenuse. So let's look at that, but let's look at it off the grid and with generic points. So let's turn the grid marks off. Now, we don't know where those 2 points, they're just 2 free points in space, and we want to know exactly how far apart those 2 points are. So we're going to use the Pythagorean Theorem, and we're going to use a right triangle that we create just like that. We're going to need to add this extra point in order to properly develop the distance formula. So if this is a and this is b, we want c. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared to get c squared, or we're going to take the square root of a squared and b squared added together. So where is this point right here? It is at x1, comma, y1. And where is this point up here? It's at x2, y2. We're just giving it generic names. And now, this point right here, this one is a little bit tricky, but the x-coordinate of this point up here is the same as this point down here, and the y-coordinate is the same of this point over here and this point right here. So to develop the distance formula, we're just going to do x2 minus x1 squared. That is the distance between, on the horizontal, between these 2 points. The distance on the horizontal plus the difference on the vertical. And this gives us b, this gives us a, and then to find the actual distance, we take the square root. So the distance between any 2 given points is found with this formula right here.